That was the first thing.
Tell me about the violence.
About the violence of it. It was just a harassment text. It wasn't no violence.
You came to get a TPO.
Correct.
What led you to get a TPO? You got to tell me what happened. Something obviously made you think that family violence had occurred.
The TPO was based off fraudulent. Fraudulent in my home. Fraudulent activity in the house. And I feel, I feel for my safety. I feel for my life because of the fraudulent activity in the home.
In today's video, the plaintiff is seeking a TPO against his ex due to fraudulent activity in the home. Yes, you heard that correctly. Judge Manning is as confused as the rest of us. Let's see what the judge has to say.
Right. Kilpatrick and Lewis. Looks like, okay. It's Lewis. Boop, 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 boop. Where's Miss Lewis?
I'm here, ma'am. Y'all.
All right. Oh, there you go. Sorry about screen froze up for a second. All right. If both of you will raise your right hands for me. Do y'all swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, do you need an opening? Because 12,000 cases later, so I've been hearing all these. I really don't need an opening.
That's okay, Your Honor. I'll just,
okay. All right. So, Mr. Kilpatrick, here's what I want you to do.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to go, there's allegations of family violence. I want you to, because then Ms. Graff's going to ask you some questions, okay? So right. I don't want you to tell me something that somebody else said. I just want to know what happened firsthand between you and Miss Lewis, all right? And give me a date. If you don't know that it's, September the 18th, but like a week ago this year, August of 2022, something like, give me, an approximate date. But I want you to start with the most recent event and work backwards as to what's been going on, okay?
All right.
And if she says objection, you got to stop talking, all right? And I know there's a little bit of a delay. Go ahead, Mr. Kilpatrick.
Okay. I wanted to bring up first of all, I received Miss Lewis was removed from my home on September the 4th, approximately 9 o'clock, and after that, approximately 1:47, I received a text message, a harassment text message, from a number regarding this case. I reported to the South Fulton Police Department, and they told me to just make sure I bring it up to you in the courts. That was the first thing.
Tell me about the violence.
About the violence of it. It was just a harassment text. It wasn't no violence.
You came to get a TPO.
Correct.
What led you to get a TPO? You got to tell me what happened. Something obviously made you think that family violence had occurred.
The TPO was based off fraudulent. Fraudulent in my home. Fraudulent activity in the house. And I feel, I feel for my safety. I feel for my life because of the fraudulent activity in the home.
Tell me what has happened that makes you fear for your life and safety.
The alleged fraudulent that's going on in my house.
Okay, so you got to be specific, because I don't even know what that is. You got to tell me what is it. I mean, is she? I don't know what it means.
In other words, for example, she's putting she had put my last name behind her name for one thing, and then just a lot of fraud stuff going on. I have some exhibits that I can show you if you allow me to show the courts, show it to you.
Share your screen, sure.
Yeah. All right. Come up.
Tell me what it is you're going to share your screen so that Ms. Graff will know she's not going to start screaming objection beforehand. So what is it you want to show me?
I want to show you the exhibits that
okay, but what? All right, you got to tell me what. It's a text message. It's a video. You got to tell what is it? It's
a text message.
Text message from who to who?
Where it came from. It looked like, I don't know the number. They have a name by it when they call me, but
All right, so here's what I need you to do. I need you to focus. I need this. All I want you to show me is what happened between you and Miss Lewis, period. So if you can't tell me who this text message is from, sorry, I'm stealing your thunder, Ms. Graff. She's going to object. I'm going to sustain it. I'm not going to be able to consider it. So skip over all that and just tell me specifically, what you know, if Miss Lewis has called you, harassed you, texted you, that you know, this is Miss Lewis saying this to me.
I'm not for sure it's Miss Lewis because it don't have a name by the number.
So what makes you think it's her?
Because it's pertaining it's pertaining to when she left. If I can show you, I can let y'all read the text message.
Okay. Is this something only she's going to know?
Ma'am?
Is this text, does it have information in there that only she will know?
Yeah. Could you see the text message?
Ms. Graff, can you see it? Because I'll be my other screen.
No, Your Honor, I don't see anything.
All right.
You don't see it on the video? I have it up.
Gotta share your screen, sir.
Okay, I put it on share the screen. Hold on a second.
Now all you got, you're sharing me.
Okay, could you see it now?
No, you're not sharing anymore. Not share. You stop sharing your screen.
Okay, could you see it now?
Now I see 8:11. I received this text. All right, I see something. You don't know whose phone number this is?
No, ma'am, I don't know who number
Make that a little bit small. Let me put my okay.
All right.
So you don't know whose number this is. So what in this text makes you think it's from her?
You want me to read the text to you?
Sure. Usually when they're, kind of like to read them and to make a point, but you can go right ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, that was pure bullshit that you did to Chris this morning. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you going to get a protective order on her for? As if you were scared of her. If you was a real man, you would have gave her 30 days so she could have somewhere to go. But you a bitch made nigga, and I heard this is what you do. You are a user, broke down ass, pathetic, old grown ass child. God is going to get you good. You a dog ass nigga. If you wanted to have a new woman in your home, your bitch ass should have been man enough and said that. Chris ain't been feeling you for a long time now, bitch. You ain't shit and never will be. Thank God you don't have kids because you don't know how to love. And I know it was your fat ass sister idea for you to go get the protective order on Chris. Your ass not smart enough for that bitch nigga. Please understand, this is not Chris, but someone that loves her dearly. And it had to be said because your punk ass is wrong. And I pray nothing good comes your way. And I pray she takes everything in that effing, it looked like effing and some stars by it, household, stupid mother F.
That's what's said on text.
So,
Your Honor, I'm going to object. There's no way that we know that this is my client allegedly, and it specifically says that it isn't, but
yeah, it says it's not her. So what?
also, for the record, Your Honor, if I may, that number on top is not the phone number that I have been using to contact my client, just for the record.
All right, so do you know whose phone number that is, sir?
Yeah, I received that about 6 hours after she was removed from the home. And her name, they refer to her as Chris.
Right, but this isn't Chris. So whose number is that? Did you try to call it and say, who is this?
Well, the only reason I didn't call it back because I didn't want to go against the order. The order said for me not to call anybody or text anybody by email or nothing. So I did not call the number back. And I did not send it. I didn't want to violate the order by trying to send a text to get a response.
So Mr. Cooper, tell me what happened while she was there of stuff that you know that she did to you that makes you in fear for your safety.
Putting my last name behind her last name, trying to impersonate another.
You mean like like y'all were married?
Exactly.
So how does that, is that making you angry? How does that make you feel in fear for your safety?
Well, what made me feel in fear for my safety is because I've seen a lot of fraudulent activity going on in the home.
Please, will you hand me my screen box?
as far as
So what fraudulent activity, what fraud was she doing besides like using your last name that made you fear for your safety?
well, from my understanding, Ms. Lewis worked at a small business services business, and she's the account manager. She's the payroll person, and she does their taxes. So the fraudulent activity I seen was I seen some she's supposed to be getting direct deposit on her checking account. I seen checks that was written out to her in small increments under $500. That was a sign.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. Mr. Kilpatrick has not provided any evidence as to
I got it on
support
my.
Okay, so Mr. Kilpatrick, so what has she done specifically to make you in fear for your safety? Her getting checks written to her for under $500 makes you in fear for your safety?
Well, from her GDC on her Georgia Department of Correction paper, the past alleged the past offenses that she has occurred, everything that she's doing in my home allegedly is the same thing that she got incarcerated for the 5 years that she was gone. So all the fraudulent stuff is just adding up. And I have exhibits to show that. I have exhibits to show the checks.
But how does that put you in fear for your safety? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How you fear for your safety?
Because of the fraudulent. Because of the fraud.
How does it put you in danger? I mean,
it's affecting my physical. It's affecting my physical state. That's a danger, because in the past, if she's been incarcerated for 5 years. She went in at 2013. She's released in 2018. She went in in 2005. Was released in 2006. And hold on, let me get my. She some of the charges that was charged. She has racketeering. She has theft by taking. She has theft by credit card out of Cobb County. She has impersonation.
Your Honor.
I got you. Mr. Kilpatrick. So you two were in a relationship dating?
At first we were. We was dating relationship, and then we got out of relationship.
And you let her move in while you were out of a relationship?
Well, she was paroled into my home.
Okay, well, I mean, did you meet her when she was in prison?
I knew her before she went to prison, but I wasn't aware of all of these charges. And
Your Honor.
I'm just trying, because I'm trying to get, so, I mean, Cobb was always like Judge Flournoy. He said, she was a stripper when you married her, and she's still a stripper, and now you got a problem with her being a stripper. So
I have a problem with her doing the alleged fraudulent in my home. I'm a clean guy. I don't have a record.
No, I understand that, but here's the thing: you knew that she had been in trouble for whatever. If you didn't, before you spoke, where somebody's coming to my house, and I'm going to Google them. I'm going to, at minimum, Google them. I'm going to do something.
Well, I didn't Google her.
No, you knew why she was in prison, but you let her come there. So I'm trying to figure out how you feel that you're physically, does it make you angry, sick at your stomach, make your blood pressure go up? Sure, but how does she? Is she tried to hurt you, harm you, kill you, slap you, anything of that nature?
No, she's not done none of that.
Ms. Graff, you have any questions for him?
No, Your Honor. I think you've asked them.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Send me your paycheck. All right. Do you have anything, Ms. Graff, you want to present?
Just that based on everything that has been presented today, there is no evidence that would provide any basis for a restraining order at this point, Your Honor. If any of these allegations do end up being true, this is not the correct venue for this to be handled. So.
Anything else from you, sir? You want to respond to that?
No, I'll respond to that. I fear for my life, and I just
But
want.
sir, I haven't heard you tell me what she's done to try to hurt, maybe rip you off, maybe steal from you, maybe something like that, maybe defraud you, maybe make people think you're married.
I mean, as far as her trying to put my last name behind her name, that is fraudulent. I mean, she signed it. She's a notary public. She signing her name as Christina Williams and notaring as Tina Lewis. I mean, it's just fraudulent, and I just don't want it in my house.
But is your name Kilpatrick or is it Williams?
It's Kilpatrick.
Why did
She uses Christina Williams. She uses Tina Lewis. She has a lot of aliens and names that she's using.
All right. Okay. Counsel, I'm going to grant your motion. And sir, so Miss Lewis, Williams, Kilpatrick, Jones, whatever your name is, or what do you want it to be? Do y'all need to make some sort of plans for her? Does she have any more things at your house, Mr. Kilpatrick, that she needs to get? Because y'all don't need to live together, I can tell you that.
Yes, ma'am, she does.
So do you want to work it out with Miss Graff where she can go over there and get her belongings? Is it your house or is it her house?
No, it's my house.
Miss Graff, do you want to just chat with him and see when y'all can figure it out?
Yes, Your Honor, we can sort that out.
So do y'all want to exchange like contact information in the chat, or do you want me to put you in the three of y'all in it can just be the two of you?
Yeah, Mr. Kilpatrick, if you just want to put your email address in the chat, I will send you an email and we'll get that all sorted.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. And then if by chance it has to be a deputy or a law enforcement standby, they only do it on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. 11 a.m. Oh gosh, what is it again, Mandy? 11 a.m. and
10 to 6.
10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And they'll only be there for a couple hours, but you got to plan that out a couple hours down the road. So, sir, if you know somebody who could be there when she can come get her stuff, I don't know, something like that. Instead of that, Ms. Graff, if you need something, reach out to Ms. Free because we can get the domestic standby there. All right. Once y'all put your emails in the chat, y'all can all leave the meeting. Thank you so much. Y'all stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Your Honor.